Hey guys, Danny here. Today I have an interesting video for you. I will be taking a look at these AirPod clones. On their website they state to be the best on the market, but this will be a difficult review for me for two reasons. One of them is I've never actually used real AirPods, so yeah, there might be a non-starter for some of you. You might not respect my opinion because I haven't actually used normal AirPods, but I'll do my best anyway. Also, I don't have an iPhone to test these with. Yes, I'm a cheapskate and I can't afford an iPhone. I do have a pretty decent Android phone, however, so I will be testing them with these instead. I do think they've done a pretty good job of making these look just like AirPods. They are pretty close. Not that they are the hardest thing to make a clone of, because AirPods' overall design isn't too amazing, but it's their internal hardware and specs which makes them impressive, such as their battery life and their sound quality. But we will be delving into how well these ones actually perform in terms of sound and their battery life. But they're pretty standard to how most AirPods would work, or just normal earbuds. When you take them out of the case, they will go into a pairing mode and you can just pair them up with your Android pretty easily. These do also support Apple's easy pairing system, where when you open up the case they will show up on your iPhone instantly if they're close by. And what's slightly different on these ones is you press a button and it will then pair them to your Apple. It still is a pretty quick process, but this is not something I can actually test as I don't have an iPhone, unfortunately. I don't have any complaints about the earbuds themselves or the case, but if I was to nitpick a little bit, the hinge on the case did feel a little bit flimsy at times, like it could break easily. But I don't know what actual AirPods feel like. They do have quite a nice snap to them, as they are using some sort of magnetic system to keep the case closed, so that does feel quite nice. The charging case does also support wireless charging, which was a little bit of a surprise to me, but a nice surprise however, and it did work absolutely fine and charged up the earbuds relatively quickly. A lightning cable is also included in the box, which can of course be used to charge the case using the slot at the bottom. You do get an indicator which will give you the charging status of the case. When it's green, it's above 75% charge. When it's yellow, it is below 75%, and red is below 25%. Now, these aren't going to last nearly as long as actual AirPods. During my testing, I got about 3 to 4 hours of usage out of the earbuds themselves. And the case, you will get under 15 hours, probably more like 13 to 15, so you're not going to get the 24 plus hours you can get from actual AirPods, so it is a little bit of a downside to picking these up. A feature that I haven't seen before in earbuds that I've tested previously on my channel is that when you take these out of your ear, it will actually pause the music, and when you put them back in, it will automatically resume the music. And there's essentially a little proximity sensor on the earbuds, so it can tell when they're close to your skin and when they're not, so you have this nice little feature and it works really well. I did also listen to a standard song that I often play when I test earbuds to test their level of bass, and these were pleasantly pretty good and better than I expected. The bass was a strong point, but unfortunately when it comes to the standard audio, there was a fair bit of tinniness and some distortion on max volume when I was playing songs on Spotify. Overall, compared to other earbuds that I've tested, they were kind of average, and I didn't find them too impressive or bad. They were somewhere in between. When it comes to comparing these to actual AirPods, of course I can't comment on that because again I haven't used them. The connectivity was pretty solid for these earbuds, but one thing I would bear in mind, if you're doing any activities with these, they aren't going to stay snugly in your ear as good as something like sports ones, because they're sitting quite loosely in your ears. They can fall out quite easily, so I would bear that in mind. Overall, I'm a little bit torn with this product. I don't love it and I don't hate it. It's somewhere in between for me. The audio quality and its overall features are fairly impressive. Maybe I would have been more impressed if I was able to use them on an iPhone, which you're able to utilize some extra features on, but I can only say for what I'm able to test, and for that I would say these are decent, but I'm not really sure if you should pick these up. I think this is going to be down to personal preference, such as if you do want something that's really like the AirPods but you don't want to pay the full price, then this may be a good option for you. But I would bear in mind, I personally think there are some better options out there than actual AirPods themselves. So this design can be slightly limiting in terms of the amount of battery life that you're able to get from the case and from the buds themselves, as well as some extra features like battery indicator status, which I have delved into with some other products that I've reviewed on my channel. So if you are looking to check out some different AirPods or use something a little bit different from AirPods that have better features, then maybe check out some of my other videos. As always, if you'd like to pick these up, I will put a link down in the description for you. I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And of course, I will see you in the next one.